Here are three things I really didn't like when I worked at the IRS as a revenue agent, or sometimes called a field agent. Number one was technology. I mean, this was 20 years ago, so I know technology has improved. I can see that from when I'm working on the other side, helping taxpayers prepare their tax returns. But back then it was very antiquated. I think some of the systems seemed very outdated. I think the second thing that frustrated me was, I had great manager, I had some great colleagues I worked with, I'm still friends with today, but I think sometimes those types of roles, people that gravitate towards kind of accounting or auditing role, they seem to fit a stereotype. And I hate to say this, but I think it was true for some people there, where they just weren't very open-minded. The whole strategy of the IRS was to make sure people are, filing their tax returns correctly. It doesn't necessarily mean that they want to catch you on something. It's just, we want to check to make sure everything's right. You're following the most current laws, tax laws. And so I think some people there would want to, go line by line in a tax return. And that wasn't the intent, even from leadership. It was, here's a few things that we noticed about the tax return. As an auditor or field agent, why don't you go out there and check those things? If they're right, they're right. If not, you got to make an adjustment and educate the taxpayer. And I think some people with those personalities didn't want to just leave it at a few things. They wanted to go line by line, and that really stretched out the audit, and it wasn't, convenient to the taxpayers they were auditing, or, even the resources of the IRS. I think the third thing was career potential. Obviously, there's ways you can move up and get promotions and things, but just, I don't know if it's just that level of the government or just most of the government, there's just not a lot of upward mobility there. So I think that's another thing where I felt like there was a ceiling. There was my manager and then her boss, right? And so it's like, if I wanted to even get to that highest level in the state of California, it might have been a big struggle or really difficult to do. If anyone has any questions or are interested in what I do, please comment below and I'll get back to you.